If your house never stays clean, it's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because most advice is built around cleaning more instead of making it harder to create mess in the first place. So, what if your house stayed clean without you having to constantly clean it? ADHD does not make you messy, it makes it easier to put things down for now, leave things halfway done, and avoid things when you feel unclear about them. So instead of better routines, these are systems that remove the need to clean in the first place. ADHD system number one is a no temporary placement rule. Most mess doesn't start as a big mess. It starts with one small decision. I'm going to leave this here for now. And here's the problem. Your brain doesn't come back to for now. So here's what we do. You only have two options. Option one, it goes where it belongs. Option two, it goes into a defined drop zone. And the reason is the moment you allow random placement, you've created a new clutter spot. And temporary becomes permanent faster than you think. And you can see right here, I start with just a little one pile of mail, and then another pile, and then another pile, and then another pile. And soon I have a big pile of mail just over time. And that happened because I just placed it randomly. So what you do, you get a tray or a basket and you put your mail in there so it's not in a random place on a dresser, counter, or even the floor. And ADHD system number two is touch it once. This is the ADHD version of that rule. ADHD brains don't struggle with doing things. They struggle with doing things later. So every time you put something down to deal with it later, you're actually creating a second task your brain now has to remember. So here's what we do instead. If I'm already holding it, I need to finish it right now. And what this does is remove the need for memory, motivation, or Andrew to actually do it later. And this is important. Every extra step we have to do when trying to do something is a chance that that thing does not get done. So this is an example. I call it the laundry chair. You come in, you put laundry down on the chair because you don't want to take it to the actual laundry room and start doing your laundry. It's just a convenient chair right there. So you do this multiple times every day or every couple of days. You come and put more laundry on the chair. That becomes a big pile of laundry in the chair. And you don't feel like ever going to actually take that laundry to the laundry room because every time you think about it, you think, well, I have to take this laundry, add it to the other laundry that's already there. Instead, I'll just leave this laundry here because there's a convenient pile already in the chair. So what you want to do instead is take the clothes, don't put them in the chair, put them in a laundry basket. If you're enjoying the content and getting value out of the content, then subscribe to the channel and like the video. And ADHD system number three is the close the loop system. Most clutter is not from big messes. Most clutter is from things that are almost done. Leaving a cabinet open, leaving an item out that needs to be put away, almost throwing away the trash that you have, and all of those tiny unfinished tasks stack up fast. So here's what to do. If I start it, I have to finish the last 10%. That way, something is not almost done. The last 10% is what separates a clean space from a messy one. Something important to remember is that clutter lives in the last 10%. And here's an example. I had coffee cups I need to put away. I left them out. I need to make sure they're fully put away, that I finished that task. When I talk about these systems, this isn't about cleaning. It's really about what happens in the moment. ADHD system number four is the friction audit system. Instead of asking, why can't I stay organized? Ask, why does this keep happening right in this location? Because your home is constantly giving you feedback. So what we need to do is look at a mess and ask, is this too far away? Is this too many steps? Is this too easy to ignore? And then you fix your environment and not your behavior. Mess isn't laziness, it's a design problem. And here's an example. Right here on this counter, I have a mess of stuff on this counter. What I do, I take that mess and put it into some type of container, hopefully a clear container so you can see what's inside. That gets rid of all the mess on the counter and makes it to where that mess is actually contained. Before you had no place to put all that mess on your counter. Now you add a bin and you have a place to put all that stuff in to clear up the counter. If that just clicked for you, the next one is where things really change. ADHD system number five is make it annoying to be messy. Most advice says make cleaning easier. But here's the thing, ADHD brains don't follow the path of least resistance. So if it's easy to make a mess, make clutter slightly inconvenient. Remove empty flat surfaces, define where things can go, limit pile zones, you're not relying on discipline. You're changing the default behavior. And when you do this, your environment decides your behavior. For example, right here, you see I have my protein and everything. I'm gonna come and set it down somewhere. I go to set it down and realize there is no space for me to set it down. If I did set it down there, it would just be clutter. And you can see right here, I have a microwave here. That is a defined space for a microwave. You see down a little further, I have my coffee station. Everything related to coffee goes right there. ADHD system number 6, default reset moment. Most people wait until they feel like cleaning. And let's be honest, that moment almost never comes. So attach resets to things you already do. For example, after you finish drinking your coffee, you go ahead, do a reset, put everything back so you're ready for coffee the next day or the next time you drink coffee. Before leaving a room, scan around, see if anything's out of place that you need to reset. And this removes the need to decide when to clean. And the great thing about this is, no motivation needed, only timing. And this is where most homes fall apart because they wait too long. ADHD system number 7 is the mess ceiling system. Mess doesn't feel overwhelming at first. It builds slowly until it feels impossible. So here's what to do. Set a personal limit. A few items, perfectly fine. Too many items require a reset immediately. This keeps things from ever reaching that overwhelming point. These small resets prevent big cleanups. And you can see right here, I have a few items on the counter, and then that pile builds and builds and builds. And then eventually I reach my limit and I have to get rid of all that stuff on the counter and reset it. ADHD system number 8, one in, one out, light. Clutter isn't created in one big moment. Things sneak in over time. So to help out with this, what we do is every time something new comes in, one small item leaves. This keeps your baseline stable without needing big declutters. You don't need to declutter, you need to prevent the buildup. And here's an example. I want to actually buy a new cell phone and bring it to my home. I decide I'm going to get rid of this old iPad. Or maybe even get a new controller for my game system. I take the old controller and get rid of that when I bring the new one in. And here's why it's called light, because even if you bring something bigger in, you still need to get rid of something small. And this next one is why a lot of people feel stuck. ADHD system number 9 is the finish line visible system. Your brain doesn't avoid cleaning. It avoids unclear tasks. If you don't know what done looks like, your brain will not want to start. So what we need to do is define clear finish lines. You have a counter, only these particular items go on the counter. You might have a table, only these particular items go on the table. This removes decision fatigue completely. And here's why this is important. Clear rules beats motivation. And you can see right here, this is a spot where all my pans go. Only my pans are supposed to be there, and only the things that I cook with are supposed to be there. I have a lot of other stuff that is right there that I need to get rid of. I'm going to remove all that stuff and just leave the stuff that actually goes there. And this last one is the reason most people never fix this. Number 10 is permission to be imperfect. Most people think they need to do more, but the real problem is they're trying to do it perfectly. Imperfection creates pressure. Pressure leads to avoidance. Avoidance leads to mess. So what we need to do is define clean enough. Not perfect, just functional. Because a good enough system you actually use always beats a perfect system that you avoid. Perfection creates mess because it stops you from starting. And this is an example. I'm trying to line up these spices so perfectly, make sure they're aligned, nothing's out of place, everything is turned around so you can see everything. And if I had to do this and was thinking about it, I probably would not even start this process. And then you see right here, I'm just going to put these spices up there, not worried about if they're aligned or anything. Just put them up and be done really quickly. And in doing this, I feel no pressure, and I still have my spices in the right spot, so if I need them, I can go ahead and reach them. Notice something about these systems, they don't require more effort. They remove friction, they remove decisions, and they remove the need to clean constantly. If your house never stays clean, don't try harder. Fix the system if you do need to clean. And this is not the only video I have about ADHD-friendly systems. I have a playlist with videos within them that also have systems in there. All you do, you click on that playlist when it comes up and find the video that works for you.